Good afternoon， 下午好。看到我会不会有一点陌生？有没有 ？OK， 马上进来。Please come in, please come in. Alright, when I get the right number, I will start. Please come in. Please like and share. Get your friends to come in. Today, I'm going to talk about fall protection. Okay, fall protection. Now, we used to do in Mandarin. Today, I heard there is going to be a lot of people coming in of different race, so I'm going to talk in English. Okay. Just give me some time while waiting for the rest to come in. Because I don't know who is coming in, I look at my handphone. Hello, hi Daphne. Hi Ken. Good afternoon. Ronnie. Good afternoon. Mr. Cool. Hello. Oh, early bird, huh? Okay, who else is in? Let me see. Yeah, those who come in, let me know you're in. Say hello, so that I know you're here. Okay, before I start, I just chit-chat a little bit. Hi, Ling. Okay, today I'm going to talk about fall protection. Before I go into fall protection, let me just talk a little bit about why I talk about fall protection. Now, as you all know, all right, or somebody don't know, hi, Francis. Fall protection is still one of the highest fatal accidents, right, in Singapore. So with all the regulation in place, all the safety courses in place, still we have a lot of accident, and people just don't care, right? Or they don't know. So my purpose today is to give you some information, some knowledge about fall protection. All right. Now, before I go into fall protection, let me just check a little bit about fall prevention. All right, because fall protection is the last thing that you're going to do. All right, you're going to use equipment or whatever. Okay, so fall prevention. When we talk about fall prevention, what is fall prevention? Right? For example, you build a guardrail, right? That is fall prevention. Okay, you cover up, all right, the manhole so that nobody drop into it. Now, all these are prevention. So, whatever things you are doing, always remember you need to start with fall prevention. All right, because even if you're fall or if you're arrested with a fall, you will find that you will get 80% chances your body will be injured. So it's important, right, that you know fall prevention. What is fall prevention, right? So always start with fall prevention, all right, so the accident will not happen, right? Now, the next level. What is the next level? Anybody want to make a guess here? All right. Srio Hong, you are here. Okay. Who is WCWC? Hi, good afternoon. Mr. Cheng. Good afternoon. All right. Anybody want to make a guess? What is the next level after fall prevention? All right. Somebody make a guess. All right. We have some, chit chat here before we go into it. Hi, Melissa. Let me look at my mobile phone. Okay. Can say fall protection. Now, after fall prevention, what will be the next level, right? So that you don't get hurt, right? I just pause for a while. You all make a guess, before I go into today's topic proper. All right. Good afternoon, Maggie. All right. Anybody want to make a guess? Before I talk fall protection, I say before fall protection, you have what we call fall prevention. After fall prevention, before fall protection, what is the next level? All right. What is the next level? All right. Come, let's make a guess. All right. Mr. Koo say type of fall arrestor. Semi-correct. Right? Semi-correct. Halfway. All right. Now, come. Let's have some, interaction. Make a guess. After fall prevention, before fall protection, what be the next level? So that, you are better protected. Anybody? Come make a guess. Condition of environment. Restraint system. Yes, Ken, you are right. Restraint. All right. Now, when you have fall prevention, all right, fall prevention, you can't prevent, right? The next level you want to think of, all right, is fall restraint, right? So how to restrain? That means to say you need to restrict yourself from going to the edges, all right, so that you won't fall, all right? To do that, you need some equipment, of course, but that is the next level, right? Restraint is always the next level, so that you don't accidentally step and then you fall, right? So fall restraint, all right, is after fall prevention, then fall protection. Okay. Now, today's fall protection, I'm going to talk about ABC. All right. I guess if you saw our flyers flying out, you know what is B and C. Anybody want to make a guess what is A? All right. Anybody want to make a guess what is A? Can we have some response from your, right? Anybody want to make a guess what is A? Okay. No? Nobody want to guess? A for yes. Now, I still want to wait for more people to see. Right? Anybody want to respond? One thing that's very important before you start work. What is that? All right. Somebody, okay, Mr. Koo said anchor point. Anchor point for A. Anchorage point for A. Okay, that's correct. But that's a lot of things that we can talk about later on, right? Maggie say A for approach. Okay, right? Mr. Cheng, anchorage is correct. It's correct. Okay. Now, what is the first thing you need to do before you start work? Right? Now, I'm not talking about just wear height. It could be any other things, right? Before you start to do something, what is that one thing that you need to do, right? Now, let me give away the answer. That is risk assessment, right? Always remember, before you start work, ask yourself, what are the risks involved, right? For example, if you say the risk is, excuse me, fall, right? Then you have to go into what I mentioned earlier on, right? Fall prevention, right? Fall restraint. Then you cannot do the first two. Then you go into fall protection equipment, fall protection device, right? So this is important. So always remember, before you even start work, think about risk assessment. Risk assessment help you prevent a lot of things, all right? Prevent a lot of accident. So bear in mind, before you go or before you even start work, ask yourself, what are the risks involved? Okay, now I have 17 people, right? I'm hoping for more. Can I just wait for one more or one more? 18, I'll start. I'll start with a good number, 18. All right. Okay. Let me see. Anybody have anything to say over here? No, right? Okay, I just need one more. Where is the one more? Okay, let me see. I have 17 now. Where is the number 18? Yes, the number 18 is in. Okay, let me just start. Today, I'm not going to start on A. I'm going to start on B. What is B, right? B is for body harness, right? Body harness, right? If those people who is elderly enough, you will know that in the early days, when we talk about B, people talk about safety belt. What is safety belt? Safety belt is just a belt around your waist, all right? And then you have probably a lanyard to attach to some structure or whatever, all right? This is no longer a fall protection device, right? Nowadays, we are talking about body harness. Why body harness, right? When you wear a body harness, in an event of a fall, you have equal weight distribution among your body, and the anchor point is going to arrest you in a position that we will have lesser injury, right? As I mentioned earlier on, all right? Even with a harness, even you are arrested, all right? You're hanging up there, your body will still get injured, all right? So it's very important to select the right harness, right? With the right D-ring for you to anchor yourself, all right? So body harness, right? There is a lot of features, right? Features and a different type. Today, I'm going to talk about 4 different class of harness, all right? If you are in the trade where you used to work in high-rise building, then you will know that you need to have a full body harness that is going to help you to anchor at the right place, right position. So you probably know what are the class of safety harness, right? The first one is class A, all right? Class A is the first type, all right? Simple type. Then you have what we call class D, class D. Now, what is class D for? Now, before I go into class D, let's talk about class A. Class A, when we say talk about class A, is basic fall protection, right? Basic fall protection. Okay. Even with I saying all these things, all right, end of the day, still a lot of people never wear body harness, never anchor themselves. I show you a picture to tell you how dangerous it is if you don't wear a body harness and anchor yourself. Assistant, can you give me slide number 2? Yeah. Okay. You look at the slide. If you can see, right, there's 2 pictures. There's one circle, red circle, not so clear. Then you look at the other picture, you see the person probing on an aircon, trying to fit some connectors. Now, can you see whether he's wearing anything? All right. Can you imagine the height he is in if he were to fall? All right. There's no hope. There's no hope if he fall. Right. It's going to be a fatal accident. Right. So work at height. Always remember. All right. Can we have the full? Yeah. Just remove this. All right. So full body harness is the first thing you need to have if you're going to work at height. And that's not all. With full body harness cannot 100% protect you, right? It only help you on weight distribution in the event of fall. There's other equipment that is involved. First of all, let me talk about Class A. When we talk about Class A, normally is talking about fall at rest. That means the harness will have a fall at rest D-ring. All right. Then you have what we call Class D. Class D will have 2. Okay, sorry. Class D, they will have a 1 D-ring closer to your abdomen part. Later, I will show you. Right? I will have model to show you. Then you have what we call a Class E. Now, Class E will have 2 shoulder D-ring on your shoulder webbing, right? This one will help you to access to confined space and egress for confined space. So that is called Class E, right? Then we have another class of harness, which is called Class P, right? What is Class P? Class P means positioning harness, right? Later, I will show you, when the model come out, I'll show you the different class of harness. Now, let me have my first model to come up with the harness, and I'll show you what is Class A. All right? Can I have a close-up?
大家好，我是刚哥，见面啦。
Our host, all right, Ken, all right? Okay, let's have a close-up screen to show what is Class D. All right? Oh, sorry, Class A. Let me start with Class A. When I talk about Class A, I'm talking about a D-ring, a back D-ring, or they call it the dorsal D-ring. Can you close up a little bit more so that people can see, right? Most of the time when you say fall at rest, this is the only D-ring that you can anchor yourself. No, there's one more Class A D-ring, right? Let me show you. This is the one, right? They call it the chest D-ring. This can also use for fall at rest. It's also under Class A. Okay? Now, just now I talked about Class E. I talk about Class E. Can you close up on the Class E on this 2 D-ring? All right? There's 2 D-ring on the shoulder. Okay? One on the left and one on the right. Okay? Okay? So this is actually for Class E, right? Okay? So this harness itself actually have 4 D-ring. You have a chest D-ring, all right? You have a 2 shoulder D-ring, all right? Class E. Class E is for what? For entering confined space and hang you up from a confined space, right? Then you have another D-ring at the back. Every safety harness must have a dorsal D-ring, all right? Okay, and most of the time they will have an arrow to show you right? Can you zoom in at the bottom? You can see the A, right? Okay. So this arrow show you that, right? Show you that this D-ring is for 4 at rest. It's a class A, okay? So this is what we call class A for protection. Again, I show you again. Class E, right? These two, class E, right? These two D-ring for entering confined space and egress from confined space, and you have another D-ring which is for at rest. Okay. Now I'm going to show you another type of harness. Right? Can I have the other model? Right? I will need the model later on. Okay. Now squat down a bit. Let people see who you are. This is the other host. All right. Fuke. Okay. Now let's close up again. Okay. Now, just now I talked about class A, right? This harness itself also have two class A anchorage. All right. See the arrow below? Class A is pointing at here, right? So this is for at rest, and then you have another one at the back, which is standard for all safety harness. All right. There is a for protection, right? D-ring right at the back. Okay. Just now I talked about class D, right? What is class D? Now, let our camera focus further down, right? There is one more D-ring under the class A, all right? This is what we call a class D. Class D is for controlled descent. What is controlled descent? Controlled descent means you have a lifeline, then you hook here, then the person can actually in the sitting position. Can you take a seat down? Okay. You see, I'm hanging him, and he's in a sitting position. All right. This is what we call a controlled descent. Camera, can you move slightly backward to show that he's in a sitting position? All right. So I'm holding it. I'm holding his weight very heavy. Okay. Let's. Okay. This is what we call class D, right? Controlled descent, for controlled descent. Now, I also talk about class P. What is class P? Class P is for positioning, where you can see two D-ring at the side. One on the left and one on the right. Okay? See? Now, you probably do not know how to use what is positioning. Let me show you how to do positioning. Okay? Let me show you how to do positioning. Can I switch back to the main camera? Okay, let's say I am the pillar. All right? He actually make a rope out, treat me as a pillar, and he can lean back, just lean back, right? Put your hand up, lean back, put your hand up. You see, this is what they call positioning, so that the person who's wearing the harness, when they put positioning, his hands are free to work. All right. So just treat me as a pillar, right? For this moment, So Mr. Francis here actually put on the position and he can work. His hand is free to work at height or whatever, right? So this is what we call positioning, all right? Okay. Now, you take a rest. I'll come back to you later. Okay. Now, this is so much about all the different kind of body harness, the 4 different class, all right? Class A, Class D, Class E, and Class P. Remember, you must get the right safety harness for the right job. Okay? Now, with the safety harness, still cannot work. So, I'm going to talk about C. What is C? Right? C, in short, we call it connector. When you talk about connector, there is a lot of connector. All right. Now, the most common in the market is this connector. All right. Connector actually is a lanyard that connect you, all right, to a structure so that you can protect yourself. Okay. Now, I move slightly backward so that you can see. All right. You can see here we have what we call a carabiner. Right. This is actually twist lock. You need to twist and open it. Right. This will actually hook on to the person back D-ring. Can I have the first model? All right. So this is how this is done, right? All right. Can I have the close up again? Okay. Now this is where you're going to hook. All right. And then you have two scaffolding hook. Most of the time, this scaffolding hook, if you are not using, you can just back clip it here, right? And hang it there, right? If you need to use it, you need to work, right? You need to connect to a structure. For example, my hand is a structure, right? Okay. This is how it's connected, all right? Okay. So this is for protection, all right? For protection, all right? You have this, what we call energy absorber, and two scaffolding hook. Okay? Clear? Okay. Let me talk a little bit about this twin lanyard. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, when we talk about connector, when you want to use for fall arrest, right? You always must remember you must have what we call an energy absorber. All right. This is what we call energy absorber. All right. Okay. Let me show you. Okay. Let me show you the energy absorber. Okay. You can see the big brand, QB, that is our brand. All right. So you can see a tick, all right, a tick at the other side. Okay. I think there's a tick here. Okay, see or not? All right. This is tested by our local institution. All right. Okay. So this is what we call a energy absorber lanyard. Right. Remember, if you want to use on fall protection, make sure you are above 6 meters. Why? Right? Why? Because the energy absorber, right, which I show you, it will deploy in an event of a fall. It will deploy. All right? Okay? It will deploy. So when it deploy, what is folded inside, all right, is more than a meter. All right? And the person height is more than a meter. So everything add together, you still, right? If you're above 6 meters, if you fall with this lanyard, okay, you will still be safe. All right? Now, there's a lot of questions asked. How, if I work below 6 meters, can I use this? The answer is no. It's no. All right? Below 6 meters, if you fall, you're probably going to hit the ground. In the event this energy absorber deploy. All right? If you deploy, you're going to hit the ground. Okay? Okay? So this is what we call a twin energy absorber lanyard. Of course, in the market, they have single lanyard. Right? Some people prefer the single one. But why two? Two is because you can be 100% sure that you are tied off. In an event one is in the moment to connect to another anchor point, you slip, you fall. You have one lanyard saving you. All right. So remember, now for those who want to know below 6 meter, what should I use? WhatsApp us 88520182. All right. Okay. Remember 88520182. WhatsApp us. All right. And we will reply you. Right. In the next few FB Live, I probably will talk about that area. Right. So it depends on your response. If you want to know more, I will talk more. I will come back again and tell you about fall protection. All right. So remember, if you want to know anything, you can use below 6 meter WhatsApp 88520182. Okay. Now I show you what is a restraint lanyard. Okay. Just now we talk about restraint lanyard. When we talk about restraint lanyard, can you see? You have a carabiner, you have a scaffolding hook, but something is missing. All right. What is missing? The energy absorber is missing. Okay. Because restraint is to restrict your position. All right. So that you don't move to the edge and fall down. That is what we call restraint. And remember, restraint lanyard cannot use for fall protection. All right. Okay. But just like I mentioned, if you want to know what kind of lanyard to use below 6 meter, all right, WhatsApp us 88520182. All right, let me see anybody got question at this point of time. Okay, Rose, very good knowledge. Thank you, Rose. All right, I see a lot of thumbs up. Thank you for the support. All right, now there is a lot of connectors in the market that you can find. Though I'm talking about twin energy absorber lanyard, I talk about restraint lanyard. All right, of course you have other things like what they call in short, people call it yo-yo. All right, a lot of market they call it yo-yo. Why yo-yo? Because it can swing. All right, okay, they call it yo-yo. All right, but the right name is cell retractable lifeline. That is SRL. Right. So remember, all right, this is what we call a mini 2 meter one. All right, you can actually hang this part on your harness, and this part you can pull out and then do a connection to a structure. All right, this is another type of connector. So there is a lot of different connector. Okay, there's more we can talk about, but for today, all right, I will just touch on this few areas. Okay, now let me just move on and show you one more SRL, the bigger one. All right. A lot of people probably ask how this yo-yo going to work. Right. This type of SRL normally is hang on a structure, and this hook is connected to a what we call a D-ring on your harness. Okay. Now, to use this, a lot of people do not know the restriction, the limitation that this will work. Even with this, right, with this SRL, okay, you must be above 4 meter. Okay, remember, if you use a SRL as a connector, you must work above 4 meter. Take down all these numbers, because this is going to save your life. All right. Now, why I say so, right? But you don't see an energy absorber out here. All right. Now, the energy absorption is inside here. It's based on what we call a friction brake. Right? There's a brake system inside, and then there is another friction brake. After you brake, the friction brake will help you to absorb the energy. All right. So when it absorbs the energy, it continues to fall because of your body weight. All right. So you need 4 meter clearance. Right? So be sure that when you use this, you need 4 meter. Okay, if you've forgotten today what I say, right, always WhatsApp us. WhatsApp our company at 88520182. Okay, let me see, anybody want to know more? Okay, very good. Okay, now what I can say today is very limited. So if you need to know more, always connect us. All right. Okay, either call our office or WhatsApp us as 88520182. That is the easiest way. Okay, how this work is when you fall, right? This will come out, right? See, this will come out, right? When you fall, this will break. Okay. Of course, with your body weight, you will still continue to move a little bit due to the friction plate to absorb your falling energy. Okay. So this is another type of connector. Now, let me talk about the A, right? Now, just now before I start the whole thing, I mentioned about risk assessment, right? I talk about fall prevention, all right? Restraint, then I talk about fall protection, right? Now, you have a very good harness. You have a very good connecting lanyard. But if you can't find an anchor point, you are in trouble. All right. So A is important, very important. And a lot of people tell me, especially at construction site, they say there's no anchor point. Well, you can build one. All right. You can build one. How are you going to build it? It depends on you. All right. It can be very simple. All right. Just drill an I-bolt on the structure, and that become your anchor point. All right. So that is one way. Now, anchor point. Okay. You need a very strong anchor point. All right. Because that is going to take the load of your body weight. Okay. So, in another word, anchor point is also what we call a receiving structure. Right? A receiving structure. Why is it called a receiving structure? Because it's going to receive your body weight. So it must be able to take your body weight, right? Okay. If not, the anchor point will fall with you. Okay. So this is something that you need to remember. Okay. So remember, you have I-bolt can be used as an anchor point. You can use I-beam. If you know what is an I-beam, a structure I-beam can be used as an anchor point. Then you can also use a pillar as an anchor point. How to use pillar as an anchor point sometimes is very challenging. You can actually use what we call a temporary lifeline, connect one lifeline between two structures, and that become your anchorage point. All right, but I'm not going to talk about so much about that today. So if you want to know more, WhatsApp us at 88520182. All right, so that is the A that I'm talking about, anchorage point. All right, to make you clearer, all right, I get my assistant to show you some picture. Let's go to the harness first, right? Just now there's a slide on the harness. Okay, you look at this harness is, I make it very clear. If you are using a mobile phone, you can actually enlarge it. What is A, class A, all right? And then what is class E? And what is class D? And what is class P, all right? So I make it very clear for you so that you can understand, all right? For those who forgotten, never mind, right? Go back to our Facebook. The video will stay there. You can always review again and see, all right? What do I mean by class A? What do I mean by class D? And so forth. All right. So this is harness, right? Structural wise, as I mentioned earlier on, all right, you got to be very careful. Anchor point. One of the anchor point which I did not show you just now is what we call an anchor sling. I'm going to show you now. All right. This is what we call an anchor sling, right? See this? Right. This is an anchor sling. Now, how this become an anchor point? Very simple, right? Let's say you have an I-beam, for example, or you have a scaffolding pipe. You can always go around it. All right. Okay. You can always go around it. Okay. So that you shorten it. So you can see the 2D ring here. This will become an anchor point, right? This, my hand here, right, act as a structure. So you can actually go over a I-beam, or you can go over a cement structure. If a cement structure, make sure it's reinforced cement, reinforced concrete. Okay. If not, as I mentioned, the anchor point will follow you. Will follow you. Okay. Now let me take a look. Anybody have any question? All right. Okay. If above 4 meter, Maggie asks, if above 4 meter, the SRL can be of any length. I try to understand your question. Now, okay. I did not mention about the different type of SRL. Actually, SRL, you have different length, true. All right. We have what we have is the shortest one is 2 meter, the mini one. Then you have 3.5, which is hardly sell them, because when people buy, they always start with 5 meter. All right. So we have 5 meter, 10 meter, 15 meter, 20 meter, 30 meter, and so forth. Okay. Of course, the longer it is, the heavier is the SRL. All right. Because the steel cable inside is going to be a lot and make the width very heavy. So the most common length that people use in the market is 5 and 10. All right. Occasionally you get 15. Okay. So SRL, all right. If you are working above 5 meter, you can use any, right? But remember, you cannot hang your SRL below 5 meter, below 4 meter, sorry, to use it as an anchor point. So in the event of you fall, you will touch the ground. All right. You have a chance to touch the ground. Okay. It depends on the individual weight. All right. So I hope I answer your question, Maggie. All right. Okay. What else do I have? Okay. Okay. You don't have much question for me, Right, very good. Now, I hope you take back something today, right? Though I didn't touch on very detailed, but these are the basic things that you need to know about when you work at height, right? That is, you need to know your ABC, okay? These three, any one of them don't work, it doesn't work at all right? So you need these three to work together. You need the anchorage point, you need the body harness, and you need the connecting device, all right? So I show you a picture. Can I have that picture up? Okay, you see the ABC of fall protection, all right? You need an anchorage, that's for sure, all right? If you don't have an anchorage, you have a connector with very nice body harness, all right? It's just for show only. It's just for show only. So remember, all three have to work together. All right. Okay. Any more question? Let me see. What do I miss? Okay. I think that's all I'm going to touch on today. All right. I hope you learned something today. All right. As I say, I cannot be talking about everything today, but if you need to know more, WhatsApp us at 8852-0182. All right. Now, let me see. Okay, you already pin up the WhatsApp number, so you can WhatsApp us. All right, you can WhatsApp us. Okay, anything you can WhatsApp us. Okay. Now, before I go, all right, I will get our host for next week to announce to you what he's going to talk about next week. All right, let's welcome Mr. Cool.
You see me 了 Hello. 哇，好久不见哦。About 1 month, right? I think we'll stop for 1 month.
Yeah, it's 1 month. To be precise, it's 1
I
month.
miss you all very much. That's why I'm here today. The next week we talk about what is cardiac arrest, what is heart attack, what are the differences. You see people's sudden collapse, and what can you do as a layman? So, not to worry. Next week we'll touch more on this item. All right. Today I hope you all learned a lot of things. Thank you, our host today. Very informative. So we'll see you next week, same time, same channel. All right. See you. Bye bye.
Remember, if you want to know more about safety, please get your friend to come in.
Correct.
Right? Like and share. Get your friends to come in.
Right.
All right. Hope you all can pick up something during the live show.
Sure.
All right. Okay. So we'll see you next Wednesday.
Yep. Same time.
Same time.
Bye.
Bye.